many people, they argue, what did this small child do? Why is this baby is having tumor and congenital heart diseases and tumors and thalassemia, etc., etc. That is the short-sightedness of the people. You think that your journey begins with the body? No, no, no. It is just one episode. It is one of the episode, and this serial has been running the longest ever the history could write down. Nature doesn't punish anybody. It's like if a child puts his finger into the electric socket, the current isn't going to say, baby, go back, I'll hurt you. If you, with your wet hands, hold your hair dryer, or somehow you are standing on a floor which doesn't has good earthing, the electricity isn't going to say that you are doing something stupid and you will get hurt. You will just get hurt. When you don't know how to manage your mind, and when you have so much of bloated vasanas running in the mind, you do so many mistakes, erroneous mistakes. Having bad habit of analyzing everybody, so that end of the day you can say, I am the best and others are not. People tend to even analyze their guru. I just received an email this morning from one of such disciple who was now apologizing for going against my suggestion and also committing 2-3 blunders. Say, I don't carry weight of your deeds in my mind. I don't have any space for this nonsense. But the thing is, when you do something wrong physically in your thoughts or in your words, in nature, your own conscience is recording everything, which cannot be deleted ever. So nobody else punishes you. It is your own conscience then which is going to be with you all the times, whether in this body or next birth or next or next. So you get punished not by somebody else against whom you did something wrong. It is your own conscience which is going to give you a very disturbed experiences. You know what? We might be thinking we are different from one another, but actually are we? We just have to think on that. The air which we inhale is given to us by trees and plants. Right? The trees and plants are receiving their nectar or ability to form vegetables and fruits. This is all coming from moon and sun. Moon nourishes rasa at night time, and sun gives all the energy for that seed to sprout and sprout to become a sapling, and sapling into a plant, and a plant into a tree. So moon works at night and sun works in the day. And then air is giving all the required oxygen and various other gases also. Earth is supporting that plant. And then we, the humans and animals, tend to eat those plants. So if there would be no sun, there would be no sunlight, meaning there won't be any vegetation. If there was no moon, then there won't be any rasa, no essence. So all the juice which you get, the juices which you see, the nutrition which you find is because of moon. So, the food which we eat and the body with which we are living, this is all sustained by the five elements: earth, water, air, fire, ether. If we are all connected at the gross level body by the elements, we are all interconnected with our mind to other minds, with our conscience with others' conscience. Same connectivity is there. Otherwise, how would a mother know about distress or sickness or trouble of her child who is far, far away? How does she come to know that child is in a trouble? How would a wife come to know if a husband is in trouble? And if they do have a good relationship, yes, it is very easy to feel that there is some trouble. There's a mind-to-mind connectivity is there. If your mobile phones require a tower and a satellite and everything to give you the right wavelengths to talk, to communicate with one another, these towers can fail, but the connection which humans, I would say the jiva, the individual soul, has with the other souls is something which doesn't require any tower or upagraha or a satellite or anything like that. It's there. That is why your past enemies come to you in this life, your past life friends too come to you in this life, and now the new which friends etc. you are making would remain with you for the coming all the lives which you will be having, because the networking is very strong and you can't break it just now. I'm not in a mood. No. You can't say I don't want your connection, so the company should take the connection back. You can't say this to an individual, even to a place sometimes. You are destined to die at a particular place. You have a connection with that place. You had a destiny to be born at one particular place, and you did get your birth there. So I would say the place where you will breathe your last is already fixed. You don't know, and you are not eager to know. Because you will die at least 1,000,000 times even before that moment would actually arrive. Nobody is interested. People want to know when will we get rich, when will we buy a house, when we will move to US, or when we will get a good job, or when will I get a promotion. Nobody asks any astrologer, when will I die? It should be actually the most important question. How much duration you have in this one lifespan? Shouldn't that be important? Now, on my saying, if you go to somebody with the flimsy question, tell me when would I die, any intelligent astrologer will still not answer you, because you are actually not ready. You're just trying to mimic intelligence of somebody else. That will be fake. That question will be fake. It's not coming from you. This is the vicious cycle in which every individual soul, every jiva is stuck. You do something, you keep on doing something, and your own conscience is recording everything. And your own conscience in good time, all the seeds of your karma which you are sowing will sprout and will give you some fruits. Good, bad, bitter, whatever it would be, would come to you. One should be, it is something so strange that I have to say this thing so many times, and yet the intelligence is so minuscule that people don't get it. People still don't get it. So all the past bad food habits creates aggravation of pitta in your stomach, and lot of acid secretions which keep on happening in your system get stuck in your system, and they rot there, and they become reason for further more diseases. Now you wouldn't have any idea, but if you have too much of pitta in your blood, you will have skin diseases. Modern medical science doesn't understand this and will not. Their whole history is only 150 or maybe 175 years old. What I am talking is more than 8,000 years old. Researched, experimented, documented theories. Not only theories, practical experience of thousands and thousands of people. So it is very important that you apply your mind for what you will eat, how much you will eat, what time you will eat. A thing is very good, like some American practicing counselor said this, that once I talked about Chyawanprash, that it's very good, with all the amla and more than 53 herbs in that. So he said, my students became so crazy that they were ordering Chyawanprash in 20 kg, 10 kg, and they were eating almost 400 grams, 300 grams in a day. In a day, where you should be just taking maybe 1 teaspoon or maybe one regular spoon is more than enough. You don't need more than that. And they were eating so much of Chyawanprash, and then they were having Chyawanprash based diseases. Overdoing even a good thing is bad. Milk is very good. But if it is wrong time and you had taken some salty snacks, or you have eaten a food which had salt in it, and if you are going to top it up with the glass of milk, then this milk will become reason for leukoderma in your body. Salt and milk don't go together at all. But strange thing, nobody talks about this, nobody teaches this. Eat anything, do anything, drink any time. Problem is this, that there's so much to talk about, so much to learn. 5 days are not sufficient. And because you have a limited time, so this moment I'm talking about food, that moment I'm talking about Ayurveda, that moment I'm talking about pranayama, that moment I'm talking about asana, and this moment just for the devotion, and this becomes too much. And then somebody was saying, oh, it's too much information now to access, what to do. Either you learn and reform, or you live sick and then die sick. Choice is yours. And you know what? Certain things can be practiced only at a certain age frame. Like, I cannot allow a 10-year-old child to do kunjal. No. I will not allow a 6-year-old child to do yogasana. No, their body is still growing. And there's a height of stupidity in America. Please excuse my word, I'm speaking it bluntly, but it's a height of stupidity of people. Just to make good money, they have baby yoga studios opening up, and little kids are being pushed into asana. Their bodies are very flexible. Yes, they can go, you can make them go into a Pringle shape or whatever shape you want, but you are doing such a disastrous thing to that poor child's body which is still growing. How many of you know this? The child is not born with the kneecaps, it grows afterwards. So many things are changing in the body. Allow the body to bloom first. So the yogis whom I know and knowledge which I have will not permit any child to do yoga asana before 12 years of age, especially girls. In boys, their scrotum is still getting into the process of taking the right shape. In girls' body, the ovaries are still in a tiny bud form. The uterus is in a tiniest bud form. It will take time to take its right shape. And if the ovaries don't take the right shape and the uterus doesn't take the right shape, she will not have right menstrual cycle. Then at one time, when she wants to become a mother, she won't be able to conceive a child because you have hurt her body. So asana is a good thing. But making a 6-year-old child do yoga, wrong, absolutely wrong. It's absolutely disastrous for that child. Anybody who has crossed the age of, depending on many other health conditions, if you have a glaucoma in your eye, you cannot do kunjal. Unfortunately, the person who asked for it cannot do it. He has glaucoma. Cannot do it because so much pressure is going to come when you perform the kunjal kriya that if your eyeball is not healthy enough, you will damage it. And again, that damage cannot be reversed by any doctor. Hence, lot of precaution has to be taken, and this is why I am saying this. Please don't go back and open up your school of Shatkaram and charge $100 and teach them Kunjal Kriya. It is not as simple as you think so. I am not taking you into the technicalities or the anatomical structure of the body and what challenges can come at a certain time. Don't think that it is a very simple process that drink lukewarm saline water and then that's it, and throw it out. No, it's not like that and not that simple. Every body has its own condition and sometimes even a very experienced yoga acharya can face a situation where once a person over here in a vomit started throwing blood, big blobs of blood were coming out. He never said that he had ulcer. He should not have done it. We had asked to read the book, he never read it. And when you disobey the master, you get punished, not by the master, by your own mistake. If you have ulcers, you cannot do it. First you would require Ayurvedic treatment to settle those blisters in your inner stomach lining. Once they are set, there is no ulceration, there is no pain, there is no acidity, there is no burps. These are the signs that now you are fine. Then we can lead you into Kunjal Kriya. So these yogic cleansing techniques are very, very important to learn. And you know what? If you are a depressive person, for certain reasons you easily go into depression, Kunjal is best for those people. Learn it properly from an experienced person. Not every day, it should not be done every day, maybe once a week. If you do it and keep on doing it, along with the Nadi Shodhan Pranayam, the tendency to go into depression will go away. Because it is not only cleaning your stomach, but it is also cleaning up your Manovahi Srota, and it has such a fantastic effect on your prefrontal lobe. This is the frontal part of the brain, where all the active thinking and decision making abilities are, that the person will gradually move towards making right decisions, not going into depression. If you have a very hyper nature, and if you keep on doing kunjal, say, again, it's all about how good your health is. It might not be good for you to do every week, then maybe 15 days. Then in once a fortnight, you do the kunjal kriya, again along with Nadi Shodhan Pranayam and with regular asana, 30 to 40 minutes or maybe an hour. You will see that you're calming down. If person is too hyper, this means there is a lot of disrupted vat in their body. That's why the person is impulsively overthinking, over-analytic, futuristic, doesn't pardon anybody, doesn't pardon himself. If he or she would do something wrong, will punish himself. This person who emailed me this morning not only says apologies for the mistakes, and now the person has drafted a whole list of punishment which they want to give to themselves. And now is asking me, is it okay or should I do more? Oh my God. There is no limit to foolishness. There is no limit to foolishness. So Kunjal Kriya is a great process. Physically, it is very healing, very curative. It will ignite good fire in your system. But you have to pay attention, and it will give you a good feelings of right amount of hunger which you should have. And the acid secretions would be nice, which means whatever food you will eat in right proportion. Again, doesn't mean I have done kunjal, now I can eat anything. No, I can eat as much. No. You have to still use your wisdom. If you eat appropriate amount, you will digest it very well. And now, many people say this proverb, you are what you eat. Wrong. All Europe, all America, all UK, they have this term, right? You are what you. Say you ate, as I said, Chyawanprash, a great Ayurvedic preparation. But if your hunger is not correct, if your Pachak Pitta is not correct, if your Apana Vayu is not functioning correctly, meaning if your digestive and excretory system is not functioning properly, what would happen? You will put Chyawanprash here in the mouth, and next morning it will come out of the anus without giving you any benefit at all. As I said yesterday, it is happening to the supplements which you are taking. You buy a supplement, you eat it, and then you flush it out. How wise you are. So, let me correct the saying. The saying should be, you are what you digest, not what you eat. What does a horse eat? Which supplement? Chana is only when it goes to broth. Chana is not given to the horse every day. Poor chaps are eating what? Just grass. And how strong a horse is? Your all engines powered is measured with the term horsepower. What does a horse eat? Just grass. And how strong and magnificent animal is that? And how beautiful when it runs and gallops. Horse or mare doesn't need any supplementation. Morning banana, afternoon orange. Then a glass of milk, then curd, then cheese, then tofu. People count it. There's one disciple, she's in Los Angeles. Now she's getting really old, so can't travel. So when she would eat her breakfast, she had 3 to 4 tablets. When she takes her, what is that? And every time it is supplement. This is my iron, this is my this is my this is my this. So I would say you eat more tablets and less roti. Why can't you change it? You eat nice roti, maybe one day you won't need it. But her modern medical science education had given such bloated ego to her, she never paid attention to what I am saying. And I never used to talk too much about body or Ayurveda in those days. Lately, she got her two knees replaced. Now you might say, oh, it happens to every person who is across 50. Wrong. Before I lead you into something more, what I had thought for before I started this topic regarding Kundalini, health and body, your doctors everywhere are saying don't eat butter, don't eat ghee. Ghee they don't know, right? Ghee they don't know. But even those who know, they say don't eat butter, don't eat ghee, just take more of peanut oil, canola oil, or margarine. Margarine. And these days some of them are stressing on taking the olive oil. But they say don't take butter and don't take ghee. Let me say this, if you don't take ghee and if you don't eat butter, be ready for an orthopedic surgery because your joints will break. Body joints needs lubrication. Like your door and window hinges requires lubrication. If you don't provide lubrication to the hinges, what would happen? These would rust and the doors and the windows will fall down. How many joints are there in the body? Uttara. Do we have another doctor? Let me catch one more bakra for me. हाँ. और कोई है डॉक्टर? कोई नहीं, डर गए. See, all these 36 joints are like 36 hinges in your body. And what you are learning here, the Suksham Vyayam in your morning yoga asana session, your all 36 joints are being rotated and energized. So if you don't eat right amount of butter and ghee, see, ghee's smoke point is plus 350 degree, roundabout. In between 340 to 350 degrees. That's the smoke point. So you can heat it up that much. But most of the oils, like sunflower oil, very less smoke point. What does that mean? Smoke point means that will change into carbon. Now, how much carbon is good for the body? You can heat up ghee up to 340 degree and it is still good. No carbon is being made. In Ayurveda, we have so many, at least 100 medications which are made from the ghee, with the ghee. And there are so many medications which are to be taken with the ghee. In a spoonful of ghee, mix the medicine and then it is taken. The Vaidya would say at what time and how. I had posted that article in my Facebook and also it came in the Rishi Amrit. An American cardiologist who had performed more than 25,000 heart surgeries had written this article where he was apologizing to all his past patients for saying this, don't eat butter. When the blood rushes through your arteries and veins, it is just like, say, if you take an iron brush and scrub your palm or your hand, what would happen to the skin? Even if it is a plastic brush, you can try it, not here when you go back. Use maybe any brush and just rub it on your skin. Keep on doing it for an hour. What would happen? Bruising, rashing, blood might ooze out. If this outer skin is this gentle, what about the arteries inner lining and veins inner lining, how gentle it is? When your blood is rushing through those pipes called veins and arteries, and there is no lubrication to the inner walls of the veins and arteries, and the blood keeps on rushing, what would happen? Bruising. Got it? Bruising happens. So right amount ghee is very important. Although, if you are not a jnani and if you are a bhogi, or if you are a rogi, or if you are a yogi, no, for Betsy's sake. Rogi means a patient. Bhogi means a person who is into indulgence, sensual gratification. And yogi, I hope you know, right? So if you are a bhogi, a patient, if you are a bhogi, an indulgent person, if you are rogi, a patient, or if you are a yogi, you will still die, although. Yet, the yogi lives with the magnificent grandeur. A patient lives with pains and mourning and physical misery and torture. And the bhogi, who indulges too much, overusage of the senses, who will perform this, is soon on the track of exposing his or her body to diseases. So a bhogi is on the track of becoming a rogi. Now, question is this: what do you want to be? A rogi or a yogi? If you just remain a bhogi, soon you will become a rogi. And rogi has no life, bhai. What is life of a rogi? You know, people are having heart attacks at the age of 40, 45. And one of my known to doctor, a very great orthopedic surgeon, he was telling me he's performing knee replacement and even hip replacement to women as young as age of 52, even 45. What are they doing to their bodies? So how short span of time you have? And in that time, day and night you are working hard to become a rogi. Bhagwan, kuch karo inka. So doing asana and adopting the yogic way is not an option. It is a compulsion. It is a compulsion. It should be adopted as soon as possible. Because this yogic lifestyle will give you the ability to have health in the body, stability in the mind, and wisdom in the intellect. And with all these three beautiful things with you, you will be living your life as heavenly as any person who might go to God knows whether heaven exists or not. If the heaven is, and if the person goes into heaven, the kind of life the person would have over there, you can have that heavenly life now, here, being very much alive.
प्रस्तुत है www.gurumaa.com अब बिल्कुल नए रूप में, जहां आप पाएंगे सद्गुरुदेव आनंदमूर्ति गुरुमा के आनंददायी वीडियोस का खजाना, जैसे मनमोहक भजन,
बहुत जन्म बिछड़े थे मालूम,
प्रज्ञापूर्ण प्रवचन,
तपस्या, ability to forbear extreme situations, can be weather, can be circumstances,
अनमोल कविताएं,
नजर राम से, हम हो गए दीवाने, मिलते ही नजर।
शक्तिशाली मंत्र।
ओम नमो शिवाय, ओम नमो शिवाय।
रहस्य उद्घाटित करते प्रश्नोत्तर।
अगर ज्योति भगवान है तो अंधकार कौन है?
और बहुत कुछ। अब आप भारत में रोज टीवी पर आने वाले अमृत वर्षा के एपिसोड भी इस वेबसाइट पर देख सकते हैं।
Every breath which you are taking is blessing of my Lord.
इसके अलावा आप यहाँ देख सकते हैं समय समय पर आयोजित कार्यक्रमों का सीधा प्रसारण। जुड़ें, विचारशील बने, अपने विकास की ओर कदम बढ़ाएं। लॉग ऑन करें www.gurumaa.com पर।